From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And good Tuesday morning to you. Chilly start to your day, 37 degrees on our Dust Devil Sky Cam in Pasco. Humidity levels are high. We got to keep an eye on that because we're going to see dense fog and freezing fog in the region throughout the day. The good news, our sunset today at 4:28. We gained 2 minutes of daylight per day. Now we do have a dense fog advisory for the Kittitas Valley this morning, the area you can see right here on your screen. Let's take a look at our day today. Again, we're going to see that fog hanging around the Yakima Valley through about noon today, and then overcast cloudy skies, temperatures in the 20s and 30s. Tri-Cities overcast, not too foggy this morning, but again, be aware of that. There are pockets of fog in the area. And for Walla Walla, we're going to see some dense fog this morning as well. Keep an eye on that as you head out the door with temperatures in the 30s. We'll get to all the details on what's happening in your weather forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Riley?
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, the man accused of causing a triple fatal crash in Pasco is set to be in court today. What we know so far about the case. And a recall petition and potential criminal charges at one Yakima County official. Why residents say the coroner is no longer fit for the job. Plus, a blaze in Findlay. What fire officials say about the RV found on fire.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald. Yakima County residents are filing a recall petition against Coroner Jim Curtis, saying they no longer believe he's fit for the job. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us Curtis is also facing criminal charges.
I spoke with an Ellensburg City prosecutor who says he's preparing to file 3 charges against Curtis later this week. Official misconduct, tampering with physical evidence, and making a false or misleading statement to a public servant. All 3 gross misdemeanors. In response to an incident last August, which also prompted Yakima County Commissioners, the Sheriff, and County Auditor to sign a letter calling for Curtis to resign.
We also have to hold ourselves accountable, and I think that Mr. Jim Curtis has demonstrated a behavior that isn't fit for public service, and that is why I joined my fellow commissioners in asking for his resignation.
In a police report from last fall, investigators say Curtis admitted to taking drugs from deceased persons, using them at work, and after overdosing, putting drugs in his drink mix and reporting to police he'd been poisoned. Curtis took a leave of absence, his wife telling Apple Valley News Now he's getting the help he needs. Curtis previously speaking out about his struggles with post-traumatic stress disorder.
It don't matter if you're a public official or not, or all of us are attuned to challenges in life, and I think it's just unfortunate that the challenges that he's going through with the addictions and his mental health, that it's warped into the workplace. But nonetheless, I wish him well, and I wish him getting the services and the help he needs to get back to a healthy lifestyle.
Meanwhile, the Chief Deputy Coroner taking over Curtis's duties. Curtis himself facing a recall petition filed by 3 county residents.
The synopsis that was prepared by the prosecuting attorney's office has 6 different charges listed on it, and they're very clear and concise in their statements, and that would appear on the ballot to explain to voters what's going on.
In the petition, the residents' reasons for recall include claims that he used illegal drugs while on duty, obtained those drugs from deceased persons, and tampered with evidence. The petition also claims he made false statements to public servants, slept at his desk and filed erroneous reports, and took a 3-month leave with pay without communicating that to his staff or employer. If a judge decides the charges are legally and factually sufficient and there's no appeal,
the folks who are proposing the recall have to wait 16 days, and then they can begin circulating petitions.
They have 6 months to gather 13,500 signatures supporting the recall. Once the auditor's office certifies them, the election happens 45 to 90 days later. And if Curtis is recalled,
since he was an elected Republican, our Yakima County Republican Party would put forth 3 names, and that we, the commissioners, would decide out of those 3 names who would serve as the Yakima County coroner until we can have a coroner election,
which isn't scheduled until fall 2026. The first hearing on that recall petition is set for 9:30 a.m. Friday in Yakima County Superior Court. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. If you saw smoke rising from the Findlay area Monday morning, it's because fire officials got a call for an RV fire. Benton County Fire District 1 got the call at 9:30 at a house off of East 7th Avenue and South U Street. The report originally for a vegetation fire, but as crews arrived, they found the RV on fire. BCFD1 Deputy Fire Chief Nichols says the RV is a complete loss, but no one was injured.
We talked with the occupant who said that she'd been having some electrical issues prior to this incident. That's completely undetermined to be the cause, but it is something that they'll look into.
Deputy Fire Chief Nichols says the fire spread to a nearby shed. Also, there's no word yet on the cause of the fire. We're learning more about a school shooting threat that was made toward a middle school in Richland. This comes as a student was arrested over the weekend on suspicion of making threats of violence at Carmichael Middle School. Extra patrols were on hand Monday. Richland police learned of the threat after a person sent it to them through social media. Investigators say the threat made a reference to a mass shooting that would happen at CMS this Monday. That student was taken to the Benton Franklin Juvenile Justice Center. Later in the evening on Monday, the Richland School District sent out a message saying the district works closely with local police departments whenever a threat is made against one of our schools on social media. In this case, we're grateful for our continued partnership with the Richland Police Department and their swift, diligent efforts in identifying the individual responsible for making the threats. We continue to bring the latest information on the wrong way driver car crash from Pasco that left a mom and her 2 children dead and a husband with a broken arm. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma brings us the details about a trial hearing set just a few hours from now.
Court documents from the Franklin County Superior Court office showed that after 37-year-old Zachary Schwartz took a preliminary breath test, his blood alcohol sample came out at 0.106. At the hospital, he was also under the influence of marijuana. This was the same night he hit another vehicle head-on while driving east in the westbound lanes of Interstate I-82 between 4th Avenue and the interchange with US 395. Schwartz is also facing 3 counts of vehicular homicide and vehicular assault. The Franklin County prosecuting attorney set Schwartz bail at $250,000. Schwartz is set to appear in court this Tuesday morning for an arraignment. This is a developing story and will continue to update you with the most recent information. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma for Good Morning Northwest.
We'll have another update from today's hearing later tonight right here on Apple Valley News Now. The first American to contract a severe case of bird flu has died. The Louisiana Department of Health confirmed the death on Monday. Authorities say the patient was over 65 years old and reportedly had underlying medical conditions. The individual was hospitalized with the flu after an exposure to a flock of birds. Officials say no other person linked to the patient has become ill. They say the patient had a strain of bird flu that is currently circulating in wild birds and poultry. This strain is different from a variant that has appeared in dairy cattle. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, as people kick off New Year's resolutions, gym memberships are soaring. What the trainers say to help kick off the year the right way. And Stacey Lee will have your first alert weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest will be back in just a moment.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demand to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax? Welcome to Hoops, your new favorite restaurant and bar, where the vibe is clean, the food is delicious, and the staff always friendly. Whether you're in for a night of trivia, around a pool, darts, dancing, pull tabs, or karaoke, Hoops has it all. Great food, great people, Hoops, where every night is a great experience. Hoops Bar. Stop by today for your next great night out.
Step into the Prosser House, where great food meets comfortable atmosphere. We invite you to relax in our cozy space. From classic dishes to chef-inspired creations, and now we're raising the bar, literally. With our newly renovated bar, we're serving up crafted cocktails, your favorite local brews, and award-winning wines. Plus, we're proud to announce that the Prosser House is your restaurant showdown champion. Special night out or just a break from cooking, experience the award-winning difference at the Prosser House.
New year, new glow. Start 2025 with radiant, tighter skin. This January, enjoy 25% off on our most loved treatments, Photo Fabulous and Smooth Glow. Photo Fabulous revitalizes your skin with the ultimate IPL and skin resurfacing combo for a smoother, brighter complexion. Smooth Glow not only rejuvenates your skin and reduces fine lines, but it also tightens and lifts for a youthful, glowing look. Hurry, this exclusive offer is only valid through January 31st. Book your session now and make 2025 the year of glowing, confident skin.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demand to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
Sorry, who are you?
I'm Special Agent Will Trent, GBI.
Well, that was easy.
Shouldn't we strategize?
Strategize? Come on, we're gonna improvise.
No.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And happy Tuesday morning. We are in our second official week of 2025 and a chilly morning to start your day. Legends Casino Skycam in Toppenish. We can see down there we have more fog building up in the Yakima Valley. Right now 33 degrees in the Yakima Valley. Our dew point at 31 degrees, meaning that you'll see some wetness in your grass. Visibility 8 miles per hour, or 8 miles of visibility right now. And our feels like temp is 29. So do bundle up this morning. Very, very chilly. Look for patchy fog today. Temperatures are running a good 2 to 5 degrees cooler than they were yesterday. We're going to see warmer temperatures on the way Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be our fun day of the week, and then get ready for our next system on Friday. We'll see some breezy winds and rain with that system as it comes through. Right now we do have a dense fog advisory in the Kittitas Valley. So if you're driving up I-82 onto I-90, look for some dense patchy fog this morning. Let's plan your next couple of hours out. Again, we have cloudy skies. That fog will start to move in around 7 or 8 o'clock this morning in the Yakima Valley, really picking up around 8. And look at those temperatures in the 20s. Tri-Cities, we're going to sit out of the fog so far, but overcast, cloudy skies and a chilly start right around freezing and just below. And then also look for that fog to start to develop between now and about 7 a.m. in the Walla Walla area with temperatures in the 30s. I'll get to more with your First Alert full weather forecast. Riley?
As people kick off their New Year's fitness resolutions, gyms are seeing their surge in memberships. Some want to start their New Year's off the right way. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen tells us why some are absolutely dedicated to help.
Having somebody, one, that can hold you accountable, and two, someone that can give you direction.
Gyms are seeing their memberships surge, where gym goers want to start their New Year's off the right way. But if the gym isn't for you, maybe think about getting a personal trainer like Joe Thornton. He says as a personal trainer, he has to get to know his client's goals. Once those are figured out, he can design a workout program for that client.
It does take the advice and the expertise of a professional, of a personal trainer, or someone in the field that knows exactly what you're looking for and what you're trying to do.
Thornton says 85% of getting healthier is dieting. What you put into your body is important to reaching the goals you want to achieve. The other side of it is knowing what to do in the gym.
Accountability is the key, according to Wilson and personal trainer Joe Thornton. And don't be afraid to ask for help.
Make sure we keep the shoulders locked, keep the core tight, coming through the top. Perfect.
Brandon Wilson, the owner of Mission Accomplished Fitness in Kennewick, says he sees 20 to 50 new memberships to his gym at the beginning of the year. Wilson says throughout the year, while the membership to the gym is still active, people either take a step back on the frequency they go or just stop going altogether.
What we tend to see a lot of is people actually biting off more than they can chew with their resolutions or their goals, right? So, I would say maybe just downsize a little bit, look for something a little more obtainable, so that way you're not overwhelming yourself.
Wilson says between work or family or other things going on, it's important to make the time to work out and eat right. Once you get into a routine, it's easier to make that happen. Be realistic when making your resolution is one way to keep your New Year's resolution. Don't make your resolution unreachable. Both Thornton and Wilson say a big way to keep your resolutions of being healthier is being consistent and building a workout into your daily routine. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
The Harmon Senior Center is collecting donations to help families receiving services from the Yakima YWCA. The center picks a community project each quarter, and this is the third year they've chosen to help the YWCA. They're collecting donations of new unopened toiletries like shampoo and conditioners, as well as bed sheets, blankets, and other items now through the end of March.
I hope that it'll help a family or a woman in need in the community, and I hope that it brightens their day.
You can drop off the donations at the Harmon Center during business hours from 8 to 4 p.m., 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Stacey Lee is here with your full First Alert weather forecast. That's coming up in just a few.
Call Vance when you need a friendly, reliable electrician. We'll keep your home safe with electrical services and equipment upgrades. Save $50 on any electrical service, plus free electrical safety inspection. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Experience winter fun at Silver Mountain Resort. Discover some of the best terrain in the region, just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Relax in a beautiful condo, just a short stroll from the gondola, dining, exciting water slides, and indoor surfing at the water park. Enjoy a gondola ride to our exhilarating snow tubing and your gateway to snow rider heaven. Create unforgettable family memories at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
My name's Will Lindsay. I do the dock. I put stuff out in the store too. And I've been here for about 7 years and a half now. And I went over to Pasco, big tall guy, Robert. I got introduced to him and then he gave me the job. I like taking donations and I like talking to people. I like the people come here and yeah, this is a good place to work.
Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino in Yakima. Experience the thrill of our Vegas-style casino, featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and earn exciting rewards. Enjoy games like Blackjack, Pai Gow, and High Card Flush. While you're here, don't forget to unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy a meal from our restaurant. Come discover Yakima's ultimate entertainment destination, Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
A visit to a Montana resort that has it all.
Different scenery and the wildlife, just the atmosphere, the foliage, it's all great.
The hot springs is the real draw.
It's Quinn's Hot Springs Resort. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 tonight.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by the Manthei Group Cross Country Mortgage.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacey Lee.
And good Tuesday morning, January 7th, our first full official week of 2025. A chilly morning to get going, but a little warmer than we thought last night. We're sitting at 37 degrees in the Tri-Cities on our Legends Casino Skycam. Humidity is high, so we're going to keep an eye on that number as it could lead to some fog and freezing fog in the area. Winds down to 0 right now in the Tri-Cities, and our sunset tonight is at 4:28. We're gaining 2 minutes of daylight per day. Satellite and radar, we have a ridge of high pressure. That's going to keep us partly cloudy, but we're going to be dry. As you can see, we don't see a lot of moisture moving in with this system. Any rain that occurs today is going to be in the Olympic Peninsula and on the west side of the state. Maybe a few rain showers in the upper elevations of the Cascades. Now, we are tracking cold weather across the country. As you can see, very, very cold around the Midwest area, but we do have that cold air tracking down from Canada right on the Pacific Northwest, and we'll continue to see that. However, we're going to have a bit of a warm up as we get into tomorrow. Futurecast showing us mostly cloudy skies with a stray shower moving through early Wednesday morning. This is going to be a hit or miss, and it's going to move out pretty quickly. So that's the only thing showing up on our Futurecast models. We do have a dense fog advisory here in the Kittitas Valley this morning with visibility pretty low. We've got about 5 miles of visibility right now. Yakima starting to see that fog move in. We're nice and clear down into the Columbia Basin, and as you get into Walla Walla, things are looking good, but look for fog to develop there a bit later. Temperature trends in the Tri-Cities, we're going to be right around our average, but we're going to pop up as we move into the weekend and that system moves through. So that's good news temperature-wise. In Yakima, temperatures hovering just below the average there today, and then we'll start to see those temperatures move above average by the weekend. For your temperatures around the area today, look for the 30s all through the region, just under 40 degrees, so a little below the average. In the Columbia Basin, we'll see temperatures hovering just below 40 degrees as well. 37 in Prosser, 38 Tri-Cities, 38 in Hermiston, and the foothills of the Blues also just below the average there with temperatures hovering in the 30s. So again, bundle up out the door this morning, and again, be aware of some fog and freezing fog through the region. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, your entertainment headlines and the Hollywood Minute. That's coming up.
Hey babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE?
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
Dad, 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks. Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month, no trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral. Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
You heard a screech outside at night, but you can't see what it is because there's not enough light. You need the Bionic Floodlight from Bell & Howell, the solar-powered motion-activated multi-directional floodlight, the versatile wireless, safety, security, and outdoor lifestyle light you'll love. And right now, it's yours for just $29.99, and the shipping is free. Order now, and we'll send a second Bionic Floodlight. Just pay a separate fee. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-248-8281 or order online at bionicfloodlight.com.
We're ringing in the new year.
No. Try this.
Next Live, David Schwimmer and Kat Dennings from Shifting Gears.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
U.S. Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro.
The first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Spread the word.
And don't forget camera control. It'll blow you away.
Get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
All right, welcome back to your entertainment news. Movie news now. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
I really needed this man.
Kieran Culkin just won a Golden Globe for A Real Pain, but he almost didn't make the movie. Writer, director, and co-star Jesse Eisenberg said recently at the Palm Springs Film Festival, Culkin was ready to quit the film 2 weeks before production began, until Emma Stone, a producer on the movie, essentially blackmailed him, flying with him to Poland to begin filming.
George's films literally changed the face of horror as we know it.
Capcom didn't hide the fact that the games were inspired directly by George Romero's films.
It makes sense. Zombie movie master George A. Romero adapting the iconic horror video game series Resident Evil for the big screen. And in 1998, the collaboration was in the works, but the movie never happened. The documentary, George A. Romero's Resident Evil, looks at what went wrong with the seemingly perfect pairing of filmmaker and content. The doc is now available on digital and VOD. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
I want to know more about this blackmailing thing.
Right? What's going on with that?
Unsure.
Over the holidays, I went and saw, is it Mufasa?
Yes, Mufasa.
Mufasa at a 4K theater in Southern California. So it was 3D and 4K. It's amazing. If you have a chance to go to one of those theaters, you must do it.
We need something like that here, I think.
That would be great. Your seat moves. When the water splashes, it splashes you in the face. When you're looking down a cliff, your seat like tilts you over. It was amazing.
That is awesome. I'd love something like that here. All right. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, a police officer on the west side of Washington has been fired 2 years after hitting and killing a 23-year-old woman at an intersection. Details on the way. And over 2 million Washingtonians' information exposed in a T-Mobile data breach 3 years ago. Now the Attorney General is filing a lawsuit. We'll be back with the next half hour right after this.
In today's Tech Bites, Samsung sets a date to unveil its new flagship phone. Samsung says it will unveil the Galaxy S25 on January 22nd. Other Galaxy devices are also expected, along with Samsung's new Galaxy AI features. The event in San Jose, California will also be streamed. Next, Apple is planning to release a software update to make it clearer to users when its notifications are AI generated. The move comes after a complaint from the BBC last month when the AI feature falsely summarized one of its news stories in a notification. And finally, you can now pre-order the new electric vehicle from Sony and Honda. $200 non-refundable will get you on the list to buy an Afeela, but buyers have to live in California, and you'll need nearly $90,000 to buy the low-end model. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Andrea Fujii. Have a great day.
Welcome to the Wayverhood.
The Wayfair vibe at our place is Western.
My thing, darling, shine.
Gardening.
Some of us go for the dramatic.
How didn't I know Wayfair had vanities in tile? Oh!
This? Yeah.
Do you have any ottomans without legs?
Sean, you'll flip for the proof card.
In the Wayverhood, there's a place for all of us.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
For more than a decade, Farxiga has been trusted again and again and again.
Farxiga.
Ask your doctor about Farxiga.
Resolve. Your pet knows if a mess is really gone. If not, they may remark the spot. Resolve gets rid of pet messes better than the leading competitor, destroying stains, neutralizing odors, and preventing remarking. Love the love, resolve the mess.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Stacy Lee. Good morning to you. Another chilly one out the door, although we stayed a little warmer than we thought it would be last night.
Yeah,
so.
I think I slept through the entire day yesterday, so I didn't even get to experience any of it.
A lot of the cold and flu bug going around, folks, so wash those hands, washy.
Definitely. All right, so what do we have for us today?
So weather-wise today, it's pretty mellow out there other than some fog. Let's take a look at our day planner for Yakima right now. Again, that fog starting to develop in the Yakima Valley. It's very foggy right now in Ellensburg. Temperatures on the chilly side out the door at 8 o'clock, 29 degrees. And then you'll see those temperatures steadily climb into the 30s, but not very warm. We're a good 2 to 5 degrees below where we were yesterday. Tri-Cities also on the chilly side. We have a little warm pocket of air, so our temperatures are actually higher than our day planner is showing us right now in the Tri-Cities, but overcast and cloudy pretty much for the entire day. Walla Walla also looking for some fog to develop into the region, so look for those temperatures out the door in the lower 30s, just below the freezing level, and then moving on up. Here's what it looks like on our Legends Casino Skycam Tri-Cities, 37 degrees, and our winds are down to 0. So yes, there is a warm pocket sitting over the area, projected cooler temperatures through the area. Let's take a look at what's ahead. Again, we have localized patchy fog through the region, a little bit cooler today than we were yesterday. We have a nice warm up coming our way tomorrow, a good 5 to 10 degrees above today. And then our next system moves in on Friday with breezy winds and rain headed our way. More coming up.
Thank you, Stacy. The Seattle police officer who hit and killed a 23-year-old college student 2 years ago now is now out of a job. He was found to have driven negligently and violated other police policies. It's less punishment than activists wanted, but as Mia Hunt reports, they are still happy something happened.
The video is chilling. Before her death, you can see 23-year-old Jonavi Kondula in a crosswalk in South Lake Union. Kevin Dave was driving 74 miles per hour in a 25 when he hit her.
Of course, it's a victory to see this cop off the streets.
Rally calls for justice,
jail killer cops,
broke out across the city.
We were protesting outside of her office in the pouring rain, chanting for weeks.
While King County prosecutors announced in February they would not be filing criminal charges against the officer, the news that he's fired is still a positive update for activists like Robert Engel.
We don't get exactly what we want, but we get him fired. Like, we call that our victory.
The former SPD officer was responding to a drug overdose call that night. In an email to the department Monday, interim SPD chief Sue Rahr said, "I cannot accept the tragic consequences of his dangerous driving." Retired SPD chief Carmen Best says she's not surprised termination was considered here.
Emergency vehicle driving is one of many trainings that the officers have to go through routinely and take refresher courses. Some of the things I know would be considered would be, the time of day, the lighting, the weather conditions, the acoustics of using your emergency equipment in downtown.
Mayor Bruce Harrell now saying he's hopeful this will help rebuild trust in the department and bring some closure. Still, Engel believes it's the civilians who refused to stay quiet.
Long overdue.
Who deserve the credit for this action.
We fought for that. We're not going to give them, a bunch of pats on the backs for doing what they needed to do 2 years ago.
The investigation found that Kevin Dave had his lights on during the pursuit, but not his siren. He only chirped that siren at the intersection. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is offering rewards totaling $20,000 apiece for information leading to arrests and convictions following 3 separate killings of endangered wolves in Klickitat and Okanogan counties in Washington. In the past 2 years alone, since 2022, at least 22 wolves are known or suspected to have been poached across the state, including these 3 most recent killings. Scientific research has shown that for every illegally slain wolf found, another 1 to 2 wolves have been killed and remain undiscovered. Learn more about each killing and the timelines at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Attorney General Bob Ferguson is filing a lawsuit against T-Mobile, accusing the company of failing to secure the personal data of over 2 million Washingtonians, leading to a massive data breach. The breach exposed sensitive information such as social security numbers, names, and addresses. The lawsuit claims T-Mobile misled consumers about its data protection efforts and did not properly notify affected individuals about the breach. This all occurred in the 2021 and affected over 79 million consumers nationwide. The city of Pasco is proposing increased irrigation rates as well as a connection fee for new customers. Residents and business owners are invited to attend a listening session next Monday, January 13th at 6 p.m. in the council chambers at Pasco City Hall. City officials say the proposed increase is needed to improve the irrigation system's reliability and prepare for future growth. City staff will be present to discuss the proposal and answer questions. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the Arctic blast in the central and east United States turns deadly, crossing multiple states and thousands of miles. All the latest.
A special place on the scenic Clark Fork River. Fly the Northwest tonight at 6.
There's two kinds of people. Those who wait for the storm to pass, and those who drive a Ford Bronco Sport SUV. You'll feel confident driving J.D. Power's #1 small SUV for new vehicle quality. Off the pavement, go over any type of terrain with one of the 5 standard GOAT modes. And with 4x4 capability standard on all models, almost nothing gets in your way. When you drive a Ford Bronco Sport in weather like this, you don't just get through it, you embrace it.
Are you ready to step up and save lives? Umatilla County Fire District #1 is calling on firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics to join our team. Experience the thrill of the front lines, excellent pay and benefits, and great opportunities for advancement. With every emergency, you'll make a difference and become a hero in the community. Don't just work a job, embrace a mission. Umatilla County Fire District #1. Apply now at ucfd1.org and join our team. We're looking for heroes like you.
Why do patients and families immediately think of Good Shepherd? They trust our knowledge and expertise. They value the compassionate care we provide. They feel like they are being taken care of by family. From our renowned doctors and top-of-the-line technology to our state-of-the-art facilities, Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
A drunk driver just blew a stop sign and we collided. My vehicle was total. What about the vehicle? How am I gonna get to work? How am I gonna continue taking care of my family? I contacted Tamaki Law and I told them about what had happened. Tamaki made it very simple, very easy. It was a stress relief for me. If you happen to be in an accident, call Tamaki Law.
Friends have been telling friends about Colonial Penn Guaranteed Acceptance Whole Life Insurance for more than 50 years, and with good reason. If you're between the age of 50 and 85, it's a sure thing. Your acceptance is guaranteed because full benefits are not paid in the first 2 years. And the price? Options start at $9.95 a month, less than 35 cents a day. With Colonial Penn, your rate is another sure thing. It will never increase. And you should know this coverage can last a lifetime.
Call today, 1-800-270-5533.
Freeze Morgan Guillory Major Crimes.
Where did you get this?
The dollar store. Bingo. Our killer's name is Dubois.
Did you just Google who's the killer?
No, I did not do that.
This week, good things always happen when Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, comes live to GMA.
I'm back.
Plus,
Jamie Oliver, the one and only, baby.
Jamie's cooking things up for you live on
Good Morning America.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And welcome back. Our 3-degree guarantee. Now, this is a Josh thing, and he's been doing a great job. As you can see, it's brought to you by Legends Casino. You could win right now in our jackpot $250. Now, Josh predicted the weather back on the 2nd of the month, and he said 42 degrees. Our actual high on the 2nd was 41 degrees. Scan that QR code on the bottom of your screen. Now, I don't know how good I am at this, but here's what our 3-degree looks like today. Our forecast high today is 39 degrees. We're already at 37, but our actual high, we'll have to wait and see till this evening. But again, if I mess up by 3 degrees either direction, you have a chance to win $250. So we'll have to kind of check that out a little bit later. You can also go to our website at applevalleynewsnow.com or just grab your smartphone and grab that QR code. Again, enter to win $250. Right now in the jackpot, we're looking at 39 degrees for our high today. We'll have to see what that looks like. Now, we do have a dense fog advisory in the Kittitas Valley this morning. Heavy fog developing with all the moisture in the air from all the rainstorms we've had recently. That creates that fog condition through the region, and pockets of fog and freezing fog are available throughout the entire area. Let's plan your next couple of hours out. We've got cloudy skies in Yakima, but here comes that fog. Temperatures on the chilly side. We'll see fog really socking in around 8 o'clock in the Yakima area. So about the time most folks are getting out the door or getting on that school bus. We've got cloudy skies in the Tri-Cities. Look at temperatures a little bit low. We're higher than that. We have this weird pocket of warm air, but we were predicting it would be in the lower 30s around the freezing level. So a little bit warmer than that this morning. Walla Walla also looking for some cloudy skies today, but that fog punching in and kicking in around 7 o'clock in the morning with temperatures hovering in the 30s. Again, a little bit cooler today than we have seen. Here's your 7-day planning forecast for the Tri-Cities. Look for that patchy fog for the next couple of days, Wednesday and Thursday. Today, just overcast and cloudy, foggy in Yakima for the next couple of days. Our next potential weather maker coming on Friday, where we have a slight chance of some rain showers, and we will see some breezy winds, especially in the foothills of the Blues like Walla Walla and through the Kittitas Valley, those mountain gaps. Look for foggy conditions the next couple of days with temperatures hovering in the 30s and the 40s. Riley?
Thank you, Stacy. Today, most of the U.S. faces freezing temperatures due to an Arctic blast. It's coming on the heels of a deadly winter storm that spanned thousands of miles and multiple states. Amy Kiley reports on why the back-to-back weather events are dangerous.
Some seem to be enjoying the winter weather in the U.S. this week. For others, it's still causing problems.
We tried to use the time during the lull to put some more salt down, but really it's likely going to turn to ice.
A massive and deadly storm pushes off the East Coast today after some final havoc in Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, and Delaware this morning. A list of schools are closed today. In Washington, events for the late President Jimmy Carter are scheduled for later than planned due to weather. Now, an added problem is an Arctic blast coming on the heels of the storm. In many areas,
nobody can go anywhere.
It's preventing snow and ice from completely melting.
The salt doesn't work super well when the temperatures drop like this, so it's going to be hazardous for the next day or two.
The cold snap is affecting much of the U.S., so lingering dangerous conditions could be a concern all along the recent storm's path. That includes areas from the central U.S. to the East Coast. Some people are without power and heat due to the storm. In certain areas, driving still requires caution.
The roads are starting to look better, but they are still slick.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Keep up to date on AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the morning sprint. Everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning.
You know you can't live without it. See Hinder, pound the Legends Casino Hotel Events Center, live Saturday, January 11th at 8 p.m. Hinder, set the post-grunge standard with its stark lyrics and mesmerizing sound. Tickets start at just $20 and can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com or the Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Hinder's Lips of an Angel and more. Live at Legends Casino Hotel, Saturday, January 11th. Get your tickets now.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water. Culligan water softeners prevent damaging hard water buildup, revitalizing your hair and skin. Upgrade your routine with Culligan.
Vance Heating and Air Conditioning has been keeping Yakima Valley homes safe and comfortable since 1986. We promise friendly customer service, highly trained technicians. You'll be happy. Save $50 on any heating repair. We service all makes and models. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
It's not what you park in your driveway that makes it home. At McCurley, we understand that. And that's why we go beyond the transaction to provide a complete ownership experience. Because it's the people, the experiences, and the memories awaiting you that make it home. And your vehicle is how you get there.
Drive home in a new Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 for only $519 a month.
Apple Valley News Now and Schweitzer present the Stay and Ski Giveaway, where you could win 2 nights and 4 lift tickets to Schweitzer. Enter on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com. The Stay and Ski Giveaway from Schweitzer and Apple Valley News Now. E.T. and Extra tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And it's a pretty quiet, calm morning. And on the warmer side, we're expecting temperatures to hover down around the freezing level. We have a nice warm pocket of air hanging over the Tri-Cities, 37 degrees on our Legends Casino Skycam. Humidity, though, is up there, so the potential for some fog developing is still there. Winds are down to 0. As you can see, the Columbia River, if you recognize this area, this is looking out at Howard Amon Park right now. It's very calm out there. Our sunset tonight at 4:28. We're gaining 2 minutes of daylight going forward since we passed the winter solstice. Here's what's happening. This ridge of high pressure is going to keep us pretty warm and dry today. Actually, we have cool air filtering down from the north, but you see that cloud cover coming out from the Pacific. We could see a few showers on the west side. The cold air coming down again from the north, and we'll continue to see that for the next couple of days. Really cold if you head to the middle of the country and to the east coast. They have a cold front going on through the area. We do have a dense fog advisory for the Kittitas Valley this morning. It'll expire around noon, so be aware of that. Visibility is reduced from Cle Ellen to Ellensburg. Again, heavy fog. We're starting to see that fog moving into the Yakima Valley. We're sitting pretty here in the Columbia Basin because of that warm pocket of air, also in the foothills of the Blues, but be watching for that fog around the area. Temperatures through the region today expected to be in the 30s. Look at that. Your high temperatures in Ellensburg, 32 degrees, a chilly day there. A little bit warmer, closer to 40 degrees into the Columbia Basin, so be aware of that. And then looking at the foothills of the Blues, we're kind of from the mid-30s in Milton Freewater to the upper 30s in Pendleton. Let's take a peek at our temperatures for tonight. Once again, on the chilly side, but warmer than we were last night. We're going to see temperatures for most of our area down around the freezing level, except for in the Columbia Basin will be just slightly above that. Here's your 7-day planning forecast for the next couple of days. Cloudy skies, potential for fog all the way through Thursday. Our next chance of rain coming on Friday, just a 20% chance, but look for breezy winds to develop as those systems move through. In Walla Walla, we have a better chance of rain on Friday. Fog until then for on and off throughout the days there, and look for those gusty to breezy winds. We're talking 30 to 40 miles an hour, especially in the Walla Walla area. Hermiston also has a very slight chance of rain, but actually pretty calm weather for the next couple of days. Yakima, you're going to see that fog through Thursday with a 30% chance of rain on Friday with those breezy winds developing. And in Ellensburg, once again, there's a very slight chance of a stray shower Wednesday, but we are looking at that fog and freezing fog for the next couple of days, and the rain here, temperatures in the 40s. Riley?
Now, the morning sprint.
It is 5:48, time for your morning sprint this 5 a.m. hour. We're learning more about a school shooting threat that was made toward a middle school in Richland. This comes as a student was arrested over the weekend on suspicion of making threats of violence at Carmichael Middle School. Extra patrols were on hand Monday. Richland police learned of the threat after a person sent it to them through social media. Investigators say the threat made a reference to a mass shooting that would happen at CMS this Monday. That student was taken to the Benton Franklin Juvenile Justice Center. Later in the evening on Monday, the Richland School District sent out a message saying the district works closely with local police departments whenever a threat is made against one of our schools on social media. In this case, we're grateful for our continued partnership with the Richland Police Department and their swift, diligent efforts in identifying the individual responsible for making the threats. The city of Pasco is proposing increased irrigation rates as well as a connection fee for new customers. Residents and business owners are invited to attend a listening session next Monday, January 13th at 6 p.m. in the council chambers at Pasco City Hall. City officials say the proposed increase is needed to improve the irrigation system's reliability and prepare for future growth. City staff will be present to discuss the proposal and answer questions. Attorney General Bob Ferguson is filing a lawsuit against T-Mobile, accusing the company of failing to secure the personal data of over 2 million Washingtonians, leading to a massive data breach. The breach exposed sensitive information such as social security numbers, names, and addresses. The lawsuit claims T-Mobile misled consumers about its data protection efforts and did not properly notify affected individuals about the breach. This all occurred in 2021. And affected over 79 million consumers nationwide. If you saw smoke rising from the Findlay area Monday morning, it's because fire officials got a call for an RV fire. Benton County Fire District 1 got the call at 9:30 at a house off of East 7th Avenue and South U Street. The report originally for a vegetation fire, but as crews arrived, they found an RV on fire. BCFD1 Deputy Chief Nichols says the RV is a complete loss, but no one was injured. He says the fire spread to a nearby shed, and there's no word on the cause of the fire. The Harmon Senior Center is collecting donations to help families receiving services from the Yakima YWCA. The center picks a community project each quarter, and this is the third year they've chosen to help the YWCA. They're collecting donations of new unopened toiletries like shampoo and conditioners, as well as bed sheets, blankets, and other items now through the end of March. You can drop off donations at the Harmon Center during business hours, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. In your national headlines this morning, on Monday, Vice President Kamala Harris officially announced President-elect Donald Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance won the 2024 election. Trump and Vance won with 312 electoral votes. Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, received 226 electoral votes. It's rare that a sitting vice president gets their party's presidential nomination and loses the election, having to oversee the certification of their own loss. 3 other vice presidents have done it. Another vice president skipped the counting. The lawyer for a man accused of being involved in the shooting death of rapper Tupac Shakur wants all charges dismissed against his client. The attorney for Dwayne Keith D. Davis filed a motion with the Nevada court asking for the dismissal of the charges. He claims prosecutors are violating Davis's constitutional rights by filing charges nearly 30 years after Tupac was killed. The motion also claims there's a lack of corroborating evidence and that prosecutors failed to honor immunity agreements granted by federal and local authorities. Davis has admitted he was in the vehicle involved in the 1996 drive-by shooting, but he claims his nephew, Orlando Anderson, is responsible for killing Tupac. In your business headlines this morning, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg has announced new members to his board of directors. UFC chief executive Dana White is one of 3 new members. Zuckerberg says he wants to take an active role in tech policy conversations with the incoming Trump administration. Following the election, Zuckerberg met with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Last month, Meta donated $1 million to his inaugural fund. Costco announced a recall of Kirkland Signature Brands severe cold and flu congestion medication. Officials with the retail giant say some of the packages could be contaminated with foreign material. A specific lot of the medication had been rejected due to the contamination and was not supposed to be shipped. It was sold nationally between October 30th and November 30th of 2024. Costco says consumers can return the packages for a full refund. In your health headlines this morning, for the first time, the FDA is establishing lead limits for processed baby foods. Under the new guidelines, baby food manufacturers should have no more than 10 parts per billion of lead in baby yogurts, custards, puddings, and processed fruits and vegetables. Root vegetables, which typically contain the highest levels of lead from the soil, should have no more than 20 parts per billion of lead. The FDA says the guidance does not cover infant formula, beverages, or snack foods like teething biscuits. The agency's action is also not enforceable. Child advocates say the FDA's new guidelines are largely ineffective, noting nearly all baby foods already comply with those limits. According to the CDC, no level of lead is safe for infants and toddlers. Well, there's a new group of potentially toxic forever chemicals that could be contaminating our drinking water. That's according to a study published Monday in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Researchers have traced the toxins to prescribed drugs that they say wastewater treatment plants have failed to remove. They looked at water samples flowing through several large, publicly owned wastewater plants that serve 70% of the U.S. population. The study concludes even with advanced treatment technologies, the forever chemicals were being sent into waterways where they can re-enter the drinking water supply, and about 23 million Americans could be exposed to the forever chemicals. All right, here's our trending segment, Stacey. So Spider-Man co-stars Tom Holland and Zendaya are officially engaged.
I was reading that. I was scouting. I was looking closely to see if that was an engagement ring.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful. So that's according to reports by People and TMZ, citing sources close to the couple.
That's right. The actors, both 28 years old, have not confirmed the engagement, but I saw the ring.
Oh, yeah.
It comes after Zendaya was seen wearing that what appeared to be a diamond ring on her left ring finger at the Golden Globes on Sunday night. I like to scout all the outfits. I'm obsessed with the fashion trends.
Good. So Holland reportedly proposed at one of her family homes during the holidays. Holland, who plays Spider-Man, and Zendaya, who plays love interest MJ in the Spider-Man movies, confirmed their relationship in 2021 after they were seen kissing in public. So that is an exciting one. I'm a big Marvel fan, so I'm a big Tom Holland fan.
And Zendaya, I love her. She's such a great actress. So.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Well, months after releasing a best-selling autobiography, incoming First Lady Melania Trump is part of an upcoming documentary on Amazon Prime Video.
So filming began in December, 1 month after her husband, President-elect Donald Trump, won a second term in the White House. A release date for the yet-to-be-titled documentary hasn't been finalized, but it's expected to come out in the middle of 2025.
Brett Ratner is directing the film, which an Amazon spokesperson calls a, quote, a truly unique story. Mrs. Trump will be an executive producer on the project.
All right. And the donkey used to model the character of Donkey in the movie Shrek has died. Perry the donkey was 30 years old.
Wow. Barron Park Donkey Project in California, San Francisco Bay Area says Perry was euthanized on January 2nd after his health worsened. Perry was well known at the park for his link to the 2001's Shrek. Animators used him as a model to create the appropriate body mechanics for the character.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
All right, so up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6 o'clock, the man accused of causing a triple fatal crash in Pasco is set to be in court today. What we know about the case so far. Plus, Stacey, what do you have for us in the next hour?
We're looking at partly cloudy skies today and a little bit of fog in the area. I'll give you all the details coming up.